Wow, bruh, this saga with LeBron James and the police just keeps getting better, right? There's just more stuff that keeps coming out. I'm sorry. I got to cover it, man. I got to cover it. Because honestly, that was probably one of the worst tweets of LeBron's life, okay? Because now, on top of the police officers that are roasting him in TikTok videos, you got a guy who is a 24-year vet, LAPD, who is requesting a meeting with LeBron. And I'm gonna show you a picture of this guy. This guy don't look like he's playing around. This guy looks like he takes his job seriously, okay? So let's read a little bit more about him requesting a meeting with LeBron. Deon Joseph, who has worked for the Los Angeles Police Department for over 24 years, published a letter to LeBron James Sunday asking to meet the NBA star to explain policing and to have an honest conversation about the times we're living in. Joseph, who has spent over 2 decades working the LA Skid Row beat, once told the Los Angeles Times that, quote, "I came here to save lives, not to stand by and watch people die." Amen. Amen. Joseph, a hulking figure, whose approach to the Skid Row problem has attracted the likes of CNN and the LA Times, acknowledges it's a long shot to meet with LeBron over police in America, but he's trying anyways. Quote, "I don't care if I'm talking to the president. If someone out here is talking to me, I have to respond because they have been ignored by society for too long. That won't be me," Joseph told CNN in 2016. Now Deon Joseph is responding to LeBron and his stance on policing. All right, guys, so I'm going to read the letter here. "Dear LeBron, I am not going to come at you from a place of hatred. There will be no name calling. I was raised to see the whole of a human being, not to hyper focus on their flaws or make said flaws the whole of who they are. I'm an honest man. What you do for children and other acts of charity shows a huge heart. You show to be a family man, and that's to be respected. You play for the team my family has cheered for since the 1960s, then myself since 1979. But your stance on policing is so off base and extreme. Your tweet that targeted a police officer in Ohio who saved a young woman's life was irresponsible and disturbing. It showed a complete lack of understanding of the challenge of our job in the heat of a moment. You basically put a target on the back of a human being who had to make a split-second decision to save a life from a deadly attack. A decision I know he and many others wish they never had to make, especially when it involves someone so young. Instead of apologizing, you deflected. You said you took your tweet down because you did not want it to be used for hate, when the tweet itself was the embodiment of hatred rooted in a lack of understanding of the danger of the situation. I don't know if this will ever reach you, but my hope is that one day I can sit down with you and talk. As a man of faith, I can have no hatred towards you, but I do feel I can help you understand the reality of the profession of policing and that there is another side you need to hear. You are tired of black folks dying? So am I. You hate racism and police brutality? So do I. But you cannot paint 800,000 men and women who are of all races, faiths, sexual orientations, and are also mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, preachers, coaches, community members, and just human with such a broad and destructive brush. Unlike some who have dug their heels in the belief that police are inherently evil, I think if you yourself actually sat down and had a real honest and open conversation with a cop, there's a strong chance you may discover we are not the monsters you have come to believe we are, who deserve the hate and disdain you have. And even if you come away feeling the same way, I could respect it because at least you gave the other side your ear instead of only hearing one narrative. The offer is on the table, LeBron. No cameras, no fanfare, just two men who care talking. It's done. It's over. That ain't gonna happen. No cameras. Bro, have y'all seen LeBron's barbershop? This man ain't having no real conversations unless there are cameras there and unless he can make a quick buck off of it. So I already know he ain't responding to this, but let's continue reading. I know it's a long shot, but this division and hatred must stop. It's clear based on rising crime in marginalized communities that cops in the community need to build bridges to save lives on all sides. This cannot be done through the demonization of any group of people. Just putting it out in the universe, brother. Even if not me, please take the time to talk to a police officer instead of judging them. No shade. Thanks for all the positive things you do. All right. Wow. So this guy posts on social media, Deon Joseph. He talks about the rise in crime going across America. He also posted about what is a good cop, right, on his social media. So this dude is super passionate about policing. He just is, right? And he wants to have a legitimate conversation with LeBron, a man-to-man, mano-a-mano conversation. Now, the question is, will LeBron James accept? I don't think he will, right? Because there's no cameras. And two, I don't think LeBron James is actually interested in self-improvement. I don't think he's actually interested in actually learning about the profession. I don't think he's interested in doing a ride-along. I don't think he's interested in any of that. I think that the only thing LeBron is interested in is promoting his own brand via Nike and basically hoeing out for China. Okay, that's why they call him Le China James, right? He doesn't care about social justice, because if he actually cared about it, he'd be speaking up against the human rights abuses in China. But he's not, right? He's just doing it for his brand. But who knows? I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong. LeBron James has done a lot of great things in his community, right? And, you know, I think he definitely deserves credit for that. I just think that when it comes to some things, you know, he just went a little bit too far. And obviously this situation is that. And all these police officers are responding accordingly. And they should, right? They want to meet with this guy because they understand the effect that he has in regards to the perception of police officers in this country. LeBron James, whether he wants to be or not, he is a leader, right? Again, he's a leader among a bunch of people that are uneducated, but he's a leader nonetheless, okay? So he has to be responsible. And I'm glad that these police officers are actually trying to have a conversation with him. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.